CEO Crisis Proof Business Kit. Your shield against business threats. Picture this. You've built a $500,000 business from the ground up, blood, sweat, clients who trust you, a team that depends on you, and then boom, a competitor slashes prices by 30%. Your top performer quits. A major client threatens to leave. Your profit margins are evaporating faster than water in the desert. And here's the gut punch. Most CEOs are flying blind. No early warning system, no battle-tested playbook. Just reactive scrambling when the walls start closing in. I've been there. But what if you had something different? What if you had a complete protection system crafted for your story, for your business, that sees threats 90 days before they hit, that turns competitive attacks into opportunities, that makes your business bulletproof while your competitors are still figuring out what went wrong and what to do? Well, I'm David White, and after helping dozens of businesses not just survive but thrive through competitive wars, profit squeezes, and talent crises, I've crystallized everything into this, the CEO Crisis Proof Business Kit. Now, stay with me for the next few minutes because you'll discover, if you're a startup, how to build immunity into your business from day one so you never become the 8 out of 10 that fail. If you're a growing business, the exact frameworks to protect your profits while scaling without the chaos that destroys most companies during growth. For established businesses, how to fortify your market position so competitors can't touch you even when they try. So there's 3 types of CEOs, and the question is, which one are you? Now, this isn't theory, this is the one that gets you. It's a system built from real battlefields where I've seen what works when the pressure's on and what fails spectacularly. And here's what makes this different. Every strategy really is made just for you. Whether you're bootstrapping your first 500K or defending your multi-million-dollar empire. So we're going to switch into gear now with the 7 immunity strategies framework. Let me start with what keeps most CEOs up at night. Competitors circling like sharks. Here's the reality. Most businesses try to compete on price. Fatal mistake. You're playing a game where the only winner is whoever can afford to lose money the longest. On the other hand, there's the unique value fortress strategy, where instead you build what I call a unique value fortress. Now, this isn't being about a little different. It's about combining 3 or more services into integrated solutions that competitors literally can't copy. Now, for startups, start right here. Before you even launch, identify that 20% of services that create 80% of potential customer satisfaction. Build your fortress around those before you start. For growing businesses, you're vulnerable right now because you're spreading too thin. The kit shows you how to consolidate what you've got into unbeatable positions. For established businesses, your fortress may have cracks. The competitive moat framework helps you assess every vulnerability and patch them before competitors exploit them. So, the customer lock-in system map. Here's where it gets interesting, and this is crafted for your story. You don't just want to be good, you want to be embedded so deep in your client's operations that switching costs for them is painful. The customer lock-in system shows you how to integrate into their daily operations, multiply relationships across their organization, and measure your value so clearly they know they'd be crazy to leave. So here's a quick win application. A 90-day competitive advantage implementation. Within 90 days of implementing these systems, you'll have a documented competitive advantage your team can articulate with an integration depth that makes you irreplaceable, premium positioning that ends price competition forever. And when competitors do attack, you've got the emergency competitive response playbook to hand, with 24-hour protocols for price wars, service replication, and client poaching attempts. So let's talk a bit more about the profit fortress system. Competitive advantage means nothing if you're bleeding money. Let me show you something that will make your accountant weep with joy. The Profit Fortress systems identify the 15 most common profit leaks, and I guarantee you have at least 5 of them right now. Scope creep, time underestimation, discounting pressure, each one silently stealing 5 to 15% of your profits, maybe all of your margins. So here's what's brilliant about the profit leak assessment. And this is the one that gets you. It's not about working harder or cutting costs to the bone. It's about value-based pricing that makes clients happier to pay more for the services that they know they can't live without. So for startups for each of the business types, we've got a 3-tier application. For startups, client profitability scorecard prevents you from taking on nightmare clients or drain resources. Critical. You'll know before signing them whether they're premium, standard, or problem children. For growing businesses, the 90-day profit prediction system gives you early warning 60 to 90 days before profit margins compress. Most CEOs see problems in the rearview mirror. You'll see them coming down the highway. For established businesses, market pressure resistance strategies show you how to maintain margins even during downturns, when everyone else is in a race to the bottom. So, the value-based pricing calculator. The profit optimization toolkit alone includes 6 interactive tools that most consultancy would charge 10 grand to build for you. You get them all ready to use today. Section C, talent retention and capability. The golden handcuff system. Here's a nightmare scenario. Your top performer, the one who handles your biggest clients, gets recruited by a competitor. Or worse, quits to start their own firm with your playbook. I've not just seen it happen, it has happened to me. Most CEOs throw money at the problem. Wrong move. The golden handcuff system shows you the 4 retention mechanisms that work better than salary bumps. I really made this work for my business. And this is just totally made just for you because retention looks different at different stages. So as your startup, you can't compete on salary. Instead, you compete on growth opportunity, meaning. Right? The career development golden path shows exactly how to create advancement opportunities that keep ambitious people engaged. They need a strong CV. And they'll stick with it when they see it happening in front of them. For growing businesses, you're at maximum risk because competitors target your talent almost openly in some cases. The key person dependency eliminator ensures no single person can hold your business hostage. Now, for established businesses, you need to transition from founder-dependent to systems-dependent. So the capability building accelerator creates redundancy and depth, so you're never vulnerable. So the real innovation, beyond compensation, the 4 handcuffs. Beyond salary, there are 4 golden handcuffs. Career development that competitors can't match, financial retention incentives that vest over time, exclusive access and privileges that create status, and finally, emotional and cultural bonds that money can't buy. When you implement all 4, your retention rate jumps to 95%, and the few who do leave, well, they're not critical to operations because you've already eliminated those dependencies. So forth, Section D, safe growth acceleration. The bulletproof scaling system. Growth kills more businesses than failure. Sounds crazy, but it's true. You scale too fast, quality drops, clients leave, cash flow implodes, and you're scrambling to save a business that was thriving just 6 months ago. The bulletproof scaling system prevents that nightmare. There are 3 pillars of safe growth, and here's how it works, and it's crafted for your story at its finest. Pillar 1, systems-dependent growth. Before you grow, you systematize. Every core process documented. Every quality checkpoint automated. Every bottleneck eliminated. The kit includes the exact frameworks for process systemization that lets you scale without chaos. For startups, you're documenting as you build. Templates let you create scalable systems from day one. For growing businesses, you're probably growing faster than your systems can handle. The 90-day system sprint helps you catch up before cracks become chasms. For established businesses, you're optimizing for efficiency. The advanced integration frameworks show you how to automate 40 to 60% of current manual work. The growth constraint identifier. Pillar 2, financial resilience during growth. Most businesses die from growth because they run out of cash. The profit fortress works in tandem with scaling, protecting margins while you expand. The working capital calculator shows exactly how much cash you need at each growth stage. No more guessing, no more surprises. And the third pillar, team scaling without chaos. Here's where the talent systems integrate with growth. You're not just hiring bodies, you're building capability, depth, leadership layers, and cultural consistency. So let me share with you the safe growth checklist. The scaling readiness assessment has 27 checkpoints. Hit 24 of them and you're ready to double. Miss more than 3 and you're headed for a crisis. Section E. Crisis prevention and response. The crisis prevention checklists. Everything we've covered so far is prevention. But what happens when crisis hits anyway? Well, the emergency response playbooks give you 24-hour protocols for the 5 most common crises. Major customer loss, which is hour-by-hour response from damage assessment to revenue replacement. Key employee departure and immediate knowledge capture, transition management, and replacement strategy. Competitive attack, rapid threat assessment, and counter-strategy development. Economic downturn. How many times have I heard that? Financial protection and market positioning for survival and opportunistic growth. And finally, reputation crisis, communication protocols and recovery strategies. Each protocol is the one that gets you tested in real crises, not theoretical exercises. And it's for all the different business types, startup, growth, and established. So you'll also run monthly business health checks. Takes about 30 minutes. Quarterly threat assessments. Take about 2 hours. And annual pricing proofing audits. Half a day. It's not extra work. It's insurance that pays for itself the first time it prevents a crisis. So let's talk about the crisis-proof difference. So here's what you've just discovered. Most CEOs are reactive. They wait for problems to appear and then scramble to fix them. They're not firefighters. They're not architects, right? The CEO crisis-proof business kit transforms you into an architect. You see threats before they materialize. You build immunity before diseases strike. You turn competitive attacks into opportunities. They nearly always are. So this is what you get. 22 different systems, 22 complete systems, 7 immunity strategies for competitive defense, a complete profit fortress with prediction systems, golden handcuffs and talent protection frameworks, bulletproof scaling methodology, emergency response playbooks for every major crisis type. And here's what happens when you implement these systems. For startups, you build a position of strength. While 80% fail, you make sure you're in the top 20% that not only survive, but dominate. For growing businesses, you scale without the chaos and profit erosion that destroy most expanding companies. You can hit 7 figures with your sanity and margins intact. For established businesses, you fortify your position so completely that competitors give up. They stop trying. You become the dominant 800-pound gorilla others fear. Okay, so this video is just the foundation. The real transformation happens when you engage with the material supply, and you implement these systems, more importantly, and then on an ongoing basis, continually refine your approach. So that's why I invite you to continue this conversation at my Substack, which is the authorityfigure.substack.com. So there you'll find deep dive implementations of different aspects of the system, real world case studies and applications, premium frameworks and advanced strategies. And there's a community of CEOs implementing these systems. You get direct access to ongoing strategy refinement. This isn't just information. It's made just for you, for CEOs, by a CEO. It's an ongoing advisory relationship, if you want it, that evolves with your business. Anyway, thank you for watching this video today. Go get your kit. The YouTube stats show we have thousands of viewers, and I appreciate your interest. Although many return, a tiny proportion of viewers subscribe. So why don't you like and subscribe, as it means more will find this channel, plus you will be the first to be notified of the next video from me in the series. I'm committed to delivering value. If there's ever a specific topic you'd like me to cover or a challenge you're facing, please don't hesitate to let me know, leave a message or set up a call. Thank you. By the way, you have 3 choices right now. Choice number 1, close the video and hope for the best. Hope your competitors don't get smarter. Hope your top performer doesn't get recruited. Hope profit margins hold. Hope your pricing strategy is sound. Hope. That's not a strategy. Choice number 2, try to build these systems yourself, which of course you can, and you can spend years doing it. Spend years learning through painful trial and error, lose hundreds of thousands in the process, possibly lose your business entirely. Or your third choice, get the complete CEO crisis-proof business kit. It's a few dollars. Implement battle-tested systems starting today. Save thousands. Build immunity, protect profits, retain your staff, scale safely, and sleep better at night. More could you ask for just a few dollars? The crisis-proof CEO doesn't fear competition, doesn't panic during downturns, doesn't scramble when key people leave. They've built a fortress crafted for your story that stands firm no matter what storms come. And that CEO can be you. So please join me at theauthorityfigure.substack.com, where we'll go deeper into each system, share implementation stories, and build your crisis-proof business together. Because the question isn't whether crises will come. They will. The question is, will you be ready and will you cope? Thanks for joining me.